God got me lit. Today I want to talk about spiritual attacks. I'm having a good day. My anger is a little kindled because somebody stole something from me. And although I didn't see the person, I asked people around and they didn't see. But while I was talking to these people, a suspicious figure came around. And I just knew it was this person. Because a lot of criminals, a lot of people who break the law are really stupid. They'll get away with something and come back for more. Why? I don't know. But fools do what fools do. So I had to contain myself because immediately I knew it was him. Like my discernment was like, yeah, right? And it's not even talking about like, judge and trust me. I know when I know, you see what I'm saying? And so dude walking by, and I had slipped and said it, look, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. So I slipped and said out loud while I was talking to the other two gentlemen who were doing some work around. I said, yeah, man, and the person lucky that I didn't catch them in the act because their jaw would have been mine, and that guy heard me. And I saw him do a little extra skip in his stuff. Like he tried to hurry up and get from around. He was like, oh, snap. When somebody guilty. And when he walked past me, he couldn't even look me in the eyes. And I was just staring at him, staring at his soul like, yeah, bro, you dead wrong for that. I ain't asked for what it was back because, I ain't have no physical proof that he did it, but I know that he did it. You see what I'm saying? And he knew that I knew. You see what I'm saying? Man, I just had to suppress the anger that wanted to rise and say, it's all good, because I already had prayed this morning and said, Lord, whatever the enemy try to throw my way today, just let me have that peace and don't let my anger get all riled up. Let me be able to just quell it. So that's what happened. And so I'm telling you this because things like this happen all the time, and in your life it's happening. I had a guy come up and I believe was homeless, and he was just talking nonsense, and I'm talking to him trying to be logical, and he's being illogical. A lot of these things that you encounter where it seems like somebody is just not getting you, they just not understanding, and you brush it across as like a mental issue, it's usually a spiritual attack. Somebody, working through that person. Somebody trying to argue with you, start a fight with you. You know what I'm saying? I had a guy try to start a fight with me. He's like, what are you looking at, man? I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing for you. Why you staring? And I just looked at him. He's like, I don't like when you looking at me like that. I just looked at him. And bro folded. He got up out of there, but he was hot because he wanted my reaction. And there was a part of me that, really wanted to be like, God, just let me give in. Just this time. Just one last time. But it's like, it's not worth it. And God wants you to surpass all the things that you used to fall in. He don't want you getting baited in temptation to fall back into ways that's going to get you in trouble. Ways that the enemy is going to be able to get you in a situation. You see what I'm saying? So when these things happen and people try to push your buttons, don't respond. Trust me, after it's all said and done, you're going to feel amazing. Like, it was worth it. It was worth me not responding. You have to pay attention and look at people for what we really are. And what is that? We're spiritual beings. So you got to discern, is this somebody trying to bring a negative reaction out of me or a positive reaction? And if you consider yourself a positive person, a godly person, a person who believes in Jesus, right? Not somebody who rock with the devil, well, you got to understand when these things arise, you have to look and discern and say, you know what? I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get me to react emotionally. And if you can look at things from that avenue, whether it's a road rage incident, whether it's somebody cutting you off, right? Take that time to say, you know what? This is a lesson for me not to get angry. This is a lesson for me to have more patience. If you start looking at it almost like it's a challenge or a game, you'll be able to get through it every time. Whatever he throws at you, it won't work. I'll give you another example, right? And this blew my mind, right? This is real time, folks, right? A guy was walking by, and I saw him putting some blankets in his car after he came from the Walmart plaza. So he's getting the blankets out of his trunk and put them in his car, and he's reclining the seat. So I'm like, oh man, you know, this guy, you know, he going through it. He probably sleeping in the wheel. You know what I'm saying? I done been there, done that. I know what hard times look like. So I was like, let me ask bro, did he eat? You see what I'm saying? So I go up to him. I was like, hey man, you ate? He like, what? Nah, man, I don't got nothing for you. I don't, da-da-da. I said, man, have you ate? And he's like, man, don't waste my time, man. Don't waste my time. And I was just like, man, I'm just asking, have you ate, man? And then he literally just looked at me and kind of like just was like, and just brushed me off and just walked away. And I said, all right, man, have a nice day. You know, he was doing everything in his power to be rude and get some type of negative reaction out of me when all I was doing was asking him, have he ate? Like, have you ate, bro? That's it. You see what I'm saying? After I walked away and said, have a nice day, I'm walking away. He's like, hey, come here. So I come to him, and he give me some cash. And I'm like, why are you giving me bread? And then he was like, you don't want it? You know, I was like, I mean, sure, I'll take it, but I was trying to buy you food. And he was like, that's good. That's good. Good job. That's good. And I walked away, and I had to think about it as I was walking away. And it was just like, wow. They really be trying to test you. And God will literally allow the person who the enemy is using to try to test you, and then you sit there and you pass your test. You see what I'm saying? And that same person who is allowing the enemy to use them give you a blessing and tell you, good job, have a complete switch. Like, it's so insane. And I know there's some people who probably like, what, this guy crazy, what are you talking about? But for those who know, you know how real this spiritual warfare is. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind to pray and worship throughout your day and have peace throughout your day so that when these things arise, they don't catch you off guard and you don't react, right? So I'm going to end the video there. Just remember what I said and look at your life through those lenses. Is this a positive interaction or a negative interaction? Is it drawing me to a more positive situation or a negative situation? If it's negative, you need to breathe and look at it as if you're dealing with a child or with somebody who doesn't know any better. And that is literally going to get you through it every time, whether it's a boss, a manager, significant other, exes, whatever. You see what I'm saying? Anyways, love. God got me lit.